Good morning, guys. It is week 10 and my last week of lectures. This is the spring quarter, so that means that after this week of lectures, I will only have finals week and then I will be a second year student. So that's really exciting. If you're new here, my name's Ivan Valdovinos and I am a first year PhD student at the University of California, San Diego, where I study education, and I am wrapping up my first year of my PhD program. Today, I do want to walk you through a week in my life. It's going to be week 10, so I don't have too much going on, but I wanted you to see and kind of just document it for myself as well, just to kind of see what I do in a week in terms of coursework and some other fun activities. This morning, I am going to work on one final assignment that I do have that I have to present actually on Wednesday. On Wednesday. And so I'm going to be filming a video where I share my policy memo, my policy brief that I wrote, which I got 100% on. So I'm going to film a video just kind of describing what I did for that policy memo and the issue that I was talking about and the recommendations that I brought. So I'm going to make like a YouTube video style so I can share that as my presentation on Wednesday. So that's going to be the first thing I'm going to do today. And then I might also film another YouTube video where I share a CV from one of my friends. That way you're able to see what it's like to write a successful PhD CV that will get you into a program. So here's my setup. Right here I have my gimbal where I'll set up my iPhone and then my computer. I also have my lavalier mic, which I connect to myself, and then this goes into the iPhone, and then that's my backdrop. So you've seen this if you've seen my other videos. You've seen this backdrop before. I'm going to use the same backdrop for both my assignment that I'm doing as well as the YouTube video I'm filming for this channel. But yeah, that's my simple setup here, and I record everything on my phone. So right now I'm using the phone, which I'll attach to the gimbal here, and then I'll open up my laptop because I usually take notes and prepare for my videos. That way I know what to say and I have talking points and not just sit there and waste time. So that's my setup. All right, guys, so I actually tested out the scene here, and so I ended up cranking out the ring light just because my left side of my face was dark and I didn't want to present that when to my classmates. I wanted it to be a little bit more professional. But I also have my water here because I do get thirsty throughout the time that I film my videos. Alright, you guys, so I actually finished filming the two videos. It took me about an hour, but you know what sucks about kind of being a YouTuber, to be honest? Like, I forgot to freaking hit. So, let me back up. So when I film the examples of like statement of purposes, CVs, and resumes, I, film on my phone so I can get the audio to sound better with my lavalier mic instead of using the recording, the audio from the, I use Zoom to record the overlays and stuff like that. And so I forgot to freaking play record on the freaking Zoom. So now what I have to do is I have to watch the video that I recorded and mimic what I'm saying, so that way I record on my computer and on Zoom and I don't have to like refilm the whole thing, because it's exhausting to film these videos, to be honest, sometimes, and it does take some time. And I feel like I projected what I wanted to say really well, and so I don't want to have to go back, re-say it again. Yeah, so I'm gonna work on that right now really quickly because I have already filmed both videos. I'm gonna edit later today and then probably tomorrow, and then obviously the videos go up on Wednesday and Sunday. So this CV is gonna be up on Wednesday, and my presentation also needs to be done by Wednesday. So I'll be working on those later today and then also tomorrow. Alright, guys, so right now I just checked my email and just kind of came up with a plan in my head of what I want to do for the next hour. I am gonna head out in about an hour at noon. I'm gonna go play some beach volleyball with the guys, but before I go, I want to get some work done. I already filmed the video, so today my goal was really just to film the video, edit the video for my class on Wednesday. So it's already filmed. I'm gonna start editing it probably when I get back from playing beach volleyball, and then I'm gonna just work on it today and then tomorrow, and then I do have to write a reflection about the they're calling it an advocacy tool. So I'm advocating to increase FAFSA completion rates in the state of Washington. I showed you another video on that essay that I wrote, or the policy memo that I wrote for that project, but now I'm constructing a policy and advocacy tool to be able to inform stakeholders about the issue that I'm presenting. So I have to write a small reflection of 1 page and talking about like what my policy, my advocacy tool is, and who is the main audience that I'm targeting, and so forth. And so that should be easy, but I want to get the editing done first before I write the reflection. It is all due on Wednesday, so I want to get to that later on today. So I think right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read an article for my higher education class, which is tomorrow. And I do have to write a journal entry for that class as well that I already am behind on. It's our last one, which was supposed to be turned in last week, but I didn't do it. So I'm going to do it this week before tomorrow, or before class at 2 p.m. tomorrow. So if I don't do it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow morning. That's the plan for the next hour. What's up, guys? It's Tuesday, and this morning it's actually already 10 a.m. But what I did was just kind of slowly get up. I was really tired from playing beach volleyball for like 5 hours yesterday, and I got home late, and so I just took a shower and just relaxed and passed out really early. And so this morning I just finished my YouTube video for my class, and so I was editing it, and now I am going to write the reflection. That way I'm done with that class for the quarter, and I just need one more final after that class. I do present the YouTube video plus my mini presentation that goes with the YouTube video. I'm going to present that tomorrow because the class is tomorrow, but I like the final product. I do plan to share the video on this channel, so it's going to be a bonus video for next week. That way you get to see what came out of it, what I'm studying, and what I'm proposing as a mandate for my state. So stay tuned for that video. It's really short. It's only 2 minutes, so it should be a fun little showcase for all you. But right now I'm gonna start writing the reflection, just that way I just get it done with and then just be done with that class. It is week 10, and so I'm just kind of ready for the quarter to be over. So it's been a couple of hours now, and I did half of my reflection, so I need to work on that still. But right now I am going to prepare for my higher education class, which is at 2 p.m. It is 12:40, so I have to read a couple articles, but I'm going to skim just because I don't have the time to read word for word. But usually at this point in the quarter, I don't really care to read, which is the bad thing to say, but I've learned that for this class in particular, I don't have to read. The class is super small. It's four of us, and so really all I have to do is, she does lecture mostly, so all I have to do is listen, really, and then she does ask us some questions, but they're like more like, what do we think, more case scenario type of questions, so I don't have to know the content of the articles in order for me to participate. So I'm going to skim through some of them, and then I am going to go to class, and then I have one more class after that, which I already finished the final for, which was my presentation for last week. If you didn't watch that video, go watch that video. But that's my quantitative class. So this is the second day of presentations, and so I'm just gonna be a spectator, just supporting my colleagues. But I'm already done with that class, so I'm so grateful. And so really today, all I have to do is go to class, read these assignments, write a reflection, and then write another journal entry for my higher ed class, and then I'll be done with 2 classes. So I'll only have one final. We have made it to the end of week 10. All I have to do is read 5 articles here. But honestly, some of these topics I'm already, interested in, so I already know some of the content. And then my final for this class is due June 9th, which is an 8-page paper. So that's the only final I have for the spring quarter, and then after that I will be done with the quarter and the year. I also went to the store to grab some snacks here. As you can tell, I have Airheads, I have these sour punch. getting on the car right now because I have my higher ed class. It's at 2 p.m. It's already 2 p.m. I'm actually a little bit late, so I'm gonna hop on that call. That way I can go to class, and then hopefully it ends early because I want to just be done with the class. Here I am waiting to get into the class. The host hasn't let me in. It's already 2:04. The class starts at 2. Yeah, and right now I have like a watermelon agua fresca, we call it, and then I have my gimbal here that I can record myself being in the class. But yes, I'm ready.
Week 10, everyone.
Alright guys, so it's 5 p.m. and I have my last class of the day, quantitative methods. I don't have to really worry about this class because I already finished. I presented last week, which is my final. So I'm done with the course. All I have to do is be here for the last class and support my colleagues. Good morning guys, so it's Wednesday and I have a couple of things to do this morning before I have my class at 2 p.m. Then I have the class that I TA right after that at 5 p.m. So I want to get most of my work done this morning, that way I can relax after the classes. Today is my last day of lecture for the quarter and for the year. So after today, all I have to do is finish one final and I will be done with my first year as a PhD student. This morning, I want to work on my research project that I'm working as a graduate student researcher. And so if you watch my other videos, you know that I'm working on this small project, this assessment for a program that I work for. And so today what I want to do is I want to review the transcripts because we interviewed some students, and I want to review those and think about themes that arise from the interviews. And so I have 3 interviews to review and think about themes. And so I'm going to review 1 or 2 this morning, and then I'll do the last one tomorrow, and then I'll look at it again because I like to look at my transcripts more than once just to kind of see if my themes are still the same themes after reading it more than once. So I'll go through my first run through of the transcript today, and then I'll do more run throughs through it throughout the week, this week and then next week, and then next week's my last week of this job. But I'm hoping to stay on the project until it's completed and submitted, and so I'll still be working on it next year hopefully. But because summer is coming up and I'm not getting paid for the work, I am going to stop working after next week. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, this morning, and then I will get to other tasks later. I did want to show you all this yesterday, so I am doing a PowerPoint presentation this afternoon for my class. It's my final actually, so I made a YouTube video. So here I screenshotted the YouTube page and I put my video right there. I'm talking about FAFSA completion rates, and then I'm going to share a little overview of why I chose the advocacy tool, etc. Then I'm going to play the video that I made. I'm going to show you a little bit of the video right now, that way you kind of see what I made.
What's up guys, my name is Ivan Valdovinos, and on this channel we discuss education and public policy issues in the state of Washington.
I'm actually going to, when I present, I'm gonna show my classmates this one just because it's more cleaner, and obviously as you can tell the other one was very slow, so I'm gonna show this instead. But here's a little sneak peek.
What's up guys, my name is Ivan Valdovinos, and on this channel we discuss education and public policy issues in the state of Washington. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. Today's topic is focused on FAFSA completion rates and its impact on college access for students from rural communities. Completing the free application for federal student aid, also known as the FAFSA, is a critical first step toward attaining an affordable...
Yeah, so that was the video I created. I actually had so much fun with it just because obviously I do make YouTube videos for fun, and this is part of my assignment, and so I can see, YouTube and just videos in general being a powerful tool to advocate for change for education. So I'm hoping to use YouTube videos or just videos as a whole, social media as a whole, to kind of make the transformative changes that I envision, and use my skill sets that I have gained with this YouTube channel in my real work. So I really like that about this assignment, and I'm excited to share with my classmates later today. So I'm currently laying down here. I am going to edit a YouTube video that's going to go out today, which is the example CV for graduate school. And I'm also going to watch a YouTube video while I edit. I like to do that while I edit just because it gives me, I don't know, something to do while I edit. Alright guys, so I'm going to get into my Zoom class for my final lecture of the year. So I'm excited about it. I do have to present. I'm a little bit nervous, but I think I did a good job with my YouTube video. Yes, I'm ready. Alright, so my advocacy tool was a YouTube video. So I screenshotted like this YouTube page and then just added my thumbnail, which obviously I didn't upload to YouTube, so that's the thumbnail. It's going to be on FAFSA completion rates in Washington State, and so we'll watch the video and you'll learn more about FAFSA completion rates in my state. But before I get to the YouTube video, I'm going to go over just kind of, I guess, some background on why I chose it. So my topic is low FAFSA completion rates in Washington State amongst high school seniors. And the reason why I chose this topic was mostly because of personal experiences with my students. So the most commonly asked service of my students was helping them on FAFSA applications. This was community college, even though this advocacy tool was for high school seniors, or the research was on high school seniors. But in community college, a lot of the students were always asking questions about financial aid. How do you apply? What's a SAP appeal? What's verification? How do you go through all these processes? And so it's a really challenging experience and just application as a whole from the beginning. So when you apply to getting aid, and there's like a lot in between that happens just to get free money or grants, free money, and loans. And so I thought that maybe I would research this and kind of see why was this an issue, how can we fix it, and then that led me to a rabbit hole of different things. But I ended up choosing low FAFSA completion rates because I found that we are ranked super low, which you'll learn in the video. And the advocacy tool that I chose obviously is a YouTube video, and then conceptually it would be a channel that's focused on education and public policy issues in Washington State. And the audience would be high school educators and community college practitioners, but really anybody that's interested in public policy and education. And then the goal, the intended impact would be to dissect some of these policies and research, because in this class we've spoken about like how do we communicate our research, our journal articles to the public. So this YouTube channel would bridge that there. So these videos would be informative, but in a way that you understand them without using all these fancy words, this dry language. And so the videos would break it down for the audience. And the goal is for them to use the information to inform their practice, and then also create like institutional policies that can support their students in both like high school and then in community colleges. And then the goal is also to build a community of change makers and advocates to fight for change in Washington State, and obviously in terms of education and public policy. Alright, so we're gonna watch my cringy video. So I did, I'm gonna change, hold on, I need to stop, share here.
What's up guys, my name is Ivan Valdovinos, and on this channel we discuss education and public policy issues in the state of Washington. So if you are new here, consider subscribing.
So I'm on a little break right now from my class, and I already presented. People really enjoyed my video, they really liked it. So I'm gonna read you some of the comments in the chat. So someone said, I am so excited about this. An influencer. I'm so excited. I love the apples in my background. I am the opposite of cringing. This is so awesome. The editing is amazing. It's been 10 seconds. Subscribed. Amazing. This is my favorite thing that has happened this year. I am shooked right now. Please actually post these. Thumbs up and subscribe. Honestly, today's class is the best thing that happened to me in a long time. And then someone said, wow, impressive. I agree. Very informative and good. Logical recommendations based on the data. I gotta learn some of those video editing skills someday. So cool, Ivan. I love this so much. Make one, so they're referring to making a channel focused on public policy issues and education policy. You gotta pursue this. Please think of the students. So as you can tell, I got really good responses. So I'm really happy with my final. This is my final for this class. So all I have to do is finish this class, and then I'm done with this course. So all I need left is a final essay for my higher ed class, which is due next week during finals week. You guys, so here's the struggle. So I only get 30 minutes in between classes from the class ITA and then my regular course. So I had to scramble to get my dinner. So right now I have some shrimp cocktail that my mom made. Then I have some chips that I like to dip it in. Have my soda and then my setup here. So I'm gonna log into Zoom because I'm already late. Good morning, guys. It's Thursday, and today I only have a few things that I want to do. I'm pretty much done with class. I have one more final left, but this morning I'm gonna work on the interview transcript that I was transcribing or that I was coding yesterday. So I'm gonna finish up with that one, and then I'm gonna start the second one. I have 3 to code. So I'm gonna do the initial coding this morning. I'm gonna do 2 of them, like I mentioned. I'm gonna finish up the one from yesterday, and then I'll start a new one today. And then after that, I will start working on my final. Alright guys, it's been a couple of hours now. I haven't really done much. I ate, I worked on the coding for that interview that I did. But right now I'm at the lake just kind of chilling because I am exhausted, and I'm just going to chill for the rest of the time. Maybe I'll do an outline for my final paper, but I don't know. Maybe I'll work on that tomorrow. But I'm going to chill here for a bit. Alright guys, so for the last couple of hours I've been looking up things that I want to apply to this summer. So I'm thinking of applying to this fellowship program here that's due June 18th. This fellowship program is from the American Associations of Hispanics in Higher Education. So I'm hoping to apply to that. That way I'm able to get into this fellowship program to, you know, commune with other Latinx scholars. And so I'll be applying to that. It is due June 18th, and I have to write an essay and then a small little research statement. I'm also thinking about applying for a research grant, and this one is for first year experience and students in transition. So I'm hoping to write a grant for it. Write a proposal for it. It is due in the next couple of months, so I want to get going on that. So that's what I've been working on for the last couple of hours, just kind of doing some research. And that's all I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna work on the final tomorrow. This morning I'm gonna work on a couple of tasks. So I'm going to finish up the coding for another one of the interviews, and then I'm gonna also start my outline for my final paper, which is due next week. And I'm also gonna attend a meeting that's about teaching assistantships, really just funding in general for next year. I already got my funding, placements for next year, and so I'm good for next year, but I'm also concerned for year 3 and 4 because some of my colleagues who are gonna be in year 3 and 4, they didn't receive any departmental funding in terms of like teaching assistantships or graduate research assistantships or really any funding positions or anything for year 3. So I wanted to make sure that I understood what's going to happen in year 3 once I'm at that point. So I'm going to attend this departmental meeting that they're going to hold that's focused on funding.
Very few, and I'll talk about that breakout in a minute, but just as a note that not all of these would go to PhD students necessarily. So I just wanted to give you a sense. This is how kind of we figure out how many positions there are across the department. That's why we say, as our undergraduate major grows, there will be more.
Alright, you guys, so I actually finished up that meeting about funding. Honestly, it wasn't really a pleasant meeting. They went over kind of how they decide who gets TA-ships, who gets readerships, who gets research positions in the department, and it obviously wasn't equitable when you look at it. And so luckily for me, I do have a 25% readership and TA-ship all of next year, and I'm going to stick with my graduate research position that I have with another program outside of the department. So I'm lucky that I'm still going to be at 50%, which you need to be 50, if you don't know, you need to be at 50% in order for you to get tuition remission, which means that you don't have to pay for tuition. And so I'm lucky in that sense, but it looks like for the year 3, 4, 5, I'm gonna have to do some work in applying to positions for to be a TA outside of the department, which is unfortunate because coming in, I thought that I had a fully funded package for 5 years with the Department of EDS, which now I find out that it's not. So at least I know now, that way I can plan, make connections next year. That way I'm able to have a paid position for my year 3 and 4 and 5. But that's really what happened in this meeting. Right now, I am off to the post office, but I'm going to close the vlog right now just because it is getting long. For the rest of the day, I'm going to work on the final outline, and then I'm going to work on the final this weekend, and then next week I will make another vlog on finals week. That way you kind of see how I, work through an essay that I have to submit for finals week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, like this video, and I will see you in the next video.